restore an old axe. Most people don't. Here I am. Maybe you're just the type of guy that likes to watch other people do hard work and turn out things on a YouTube channel on a Saturday morning. In that case, take a look over here. Where the missus is literally polishing a turd. Bringing the 80s van back to the future. Bought this nice polish. And we're going to try to shine the cab back up. We think it'll come out pretty good too. It has these little kind of rusty spots, and I think a lot of them can come out, you know, not completely out, but the rust around it will come out for sure.
Chrome too?
Yep. Oh yeah, chrome will shine right up. Yeah, it's a cleaner polish. Yeah, it's looking good already.
Does it look better?
Yeah. Check out this backdrop. Here we are in River Island. I'm going to work on this axe a bit today. I did that real basic sharpening with it, but I want to really get this whole head and handle sanded down and restored as much as I can. I've had this for, I don't know, 30 years or more. I think it belonged to my dad, and yeah, I might keep it in decent shape. Got a bit of a nick, pretty good sized nick right there. So I don't know if I should sand that out, if that'll be a weak point, or if I should maybe like epoxy it or something. But we'll see. All the paint's gone. We might redo some of that, but I think I'm just gonna make this on the shiny side. Had blue on it. Get out of it. Running my sandpaper this way down that edge or across this way, and we'll finish it up again on the stone and get a real razor sharp edge on it. So I'm sure a little polish won't hurt it. Maybe it'll go faster too down the highway. Check out the glint after one go around. No. See, you still see a lot of the some rust in the scratch marks, really deep scratch marks. So I'm gonna continue on with the next grit, which would be 220. Some 220 here, and that'll finish up the wood, and we'll see what it does to the head. See how this turns out. If you haven't read this book, Blackwater, I highly recommend it. Apparently it was an international bestseller. If you haven't drank Corona beer, I highly recommend it. Oh, look what I see. Got his ass in the air just like it don't care, that beetle. Beetle's got its ass in the air. Walking around like it just don't care. It over. Now it's plain dead. Get up. Ignore him playing dead. Flip her back over. There you go. Get over. You're not dead. Turn over. Come on, you are not dead. Back to the job at hand. Polishing her out. Still looking pretty shiny. Oh, looking good. Working on this door here today. Working on the door. Oh, she's looking good. Look at how shiny the old girl is getting. Definitely going to be faster. Having a bit of a coolish morning, but I did want to show you this. This is I'm not sure if they even still make these, but I got this a long time ago. Like 40 years ago, I probably bought this. And it's a fuel stick hand warmer. You buy these fuel sticks. They're made by North Trail, this batch. I'm sure they still make this thing, but everybody just uses those plastic hand warmers now. Of course, so there's a bunch of different options. Of course, you got these little hotties. I'm sure there's a bunch of different brands. You know, they're just hand warmers. They make these in different sizes, of course, and super easy to use, but just complete throwaways, right? Plastic on it, and plus the inside is everything's just throwaway. And then they make also these kinds. I have these ones you boil in water, and it's a gel inside that retains its heat longer than or for quite a while, because it is a sort of a gel crystal. I guess there's a crystal in there, it feels more like, and that melts and stays warm for quite a while. So these are all right, but this one here is still the best that I found. So yeah, you light up the little stick inside, and that stays burning for a long time. You can actually, if you want to, you can light both ends and get it really warm. But once you get it going, it stays going, even inside this case with no air. So yeah, these are phenomenal. Just get it going on the end there. See that? Catches an ember. Good for fire starting too. If you lit this back at home before you left for your trip out in the woods, you'd have an ember to light fire. Look at that. That's already going. Barely touched it with the match. You just lay that in there, close it up, and this whole case gets nice and warm. Of course, it starts to warm from this end, but I say if you wanted to light both ends in a real cold situation, you'd have this nice and warm. Keep it in your pocket, put it in your sleeping bag. You know, you can move it around different spots, and that'll stay really nice and warm and toasty. Get your hands warmed up. You know, even on a coolish day, this is nice to have. I used to put this in my pocket on hikes when I was going, in sort of cold weather hikes or really rainy days and on the coast. Yeah, this is so nice to have, and it's really soft. It's comfortable. I can already feel the heat coming out. I can already feel that. That feels really nice already on your fingers. So on coolish mornings, or in backcountry situations, or really cold situations, this thing is great to have. And I'd say it's way better to have than these. And I mean, it was just as convenient. I just had to light that. It's just as convenient as taking this out and snapping it and warming that. So the only dangerous part, of course, of this is that if it popped open, which it rarely does, you can put a rubber band around this. But if it popped open, of course, you have a burning ember in there. See that? Still burning in there. Isn't that cool? That's the best. One of the best camping, backpacking, backwoods things that I've ever owned. Anyhow, just a bit of an aside. I'll leave that burning here. We'll check back on it later. See how it's going. While I'm working on my axe project. Alright, final step on the axe project. After many hours of sanding with the 120 and then the 220, I'm going to go over the whole thing with steel wool. Both the handle and the blade, and get the rest. Try to get the rest of these little rust marks out of the blade. Fine sand this wood, and then I think I'm gonna try to put some hardening epoxy glue right here on this little broken spot. Try to fill that up first, and then of course I'll oil the whole thing up, and then we can decide later if we want to paint this at a later date. But right now I'm going to go with the natural finish. We'll oil that up too, and yeah, the head has got a bit of a wiggle to it, so I might just have to soak that in water first. And of course, as you soak it in water, it expands the wood, and you really should do that on a regular basis for things with a wood handle, and that always keeps it really tight in there, just soaking that with wood. I see this has been epoxied on the top. When they put the split in here, they probably put a split and then a pin, and they might have pinned the back here, it looks like, and then they epoxied over it, so I'd have to remove that if I wanted to redo it. But I think just soaking this one, it's barely imperceptible wiggle on it. I can't even hardly, sometimes I just can't move it, but there, I can a bit. So that's what I'm gonna do, get this all steel wooled. Look at that, starts to, look at the wood already. Just done a couple of going over with the steel wool, starts to bring the shine out. Look at that, what a difference that makes already. I might not have to oil this if I do that enough. Gorgeous. Alright, you know what, it's been a while. Let's check the hand warmer. Oh, nice and warm. It's just warm mostly on this side still, but it started to go creep across. And I only lit the one side, as I said. Alright, I'm going to put an edge on it again with the stone, and then step 2, 3, I can't remember what step it is, but next step is going to be, I'm going to make a sheath for it. I brought along some Indian leather. Yeah, straight from India, specialty leather, craft leather. And there's a couple of sheets of craft leather. I'm gonna make a sheath for this, go over the front of it, and maybe snap around the back, something that you can tuck in. And I think I'll just do it old school, poke holes with this. I can use this rasp here that I have. You know what that is? Who can tell me what that is in the comments? Made in the USA. Hey, that's an old one too. Patent pending. Never got a patent on it. But everybody uses this, well, used to use this a lot, old school, still use it sometimes. It's a repair tool of some sort, there's a hint. But anyways, also can be used for poking holes. And then I'll use some leather stripping to sort of sew it all around the edge. See how neat I can get it. And I'll leave a strap around the back, and I have a snap that I can pound into it. Same snaps that I used to repair the privacy cover in the motorhome. So anyways, right now we're going to just do some work on the old school sharpening here. Put a nice edge on it first. Then we're going to oil it all up, and then we're going to make the sheath. Not sure if those are the right steps, but that's how I'm going to do it. My dad used to go in circles like this, but I would think that best would be to drag it like this to get the edge. But I guess if you want to take some meat off, you can do it in circles. Get a real edge on there first. And I still got some fairly deep scores here where I couldn't get the rust off as much as I sanded it. I really like this part of the back from all the beating on that it took over the years. And it's been, you know, dented and hammered. It's like a hammer finish, malleated, I don't know what you'd call that, and even peened over a bit. And I didn't get all of that out, which I still can. I could go over it with a wire wheel if I wanted to or something, or a wire brush, get all that out, but I think it looks pretty cool. Shows its age still, but looks like that it's been restored. Handle came out really nice. Just need to epoxy that repair area there. All right, moving on. When I finish, we'll do the old paper test. That little table was too wobbly for this. Let's go right to the bundle of wood here. Youch. Wonder how good bacon fat is on your stone. Let's try it. Try a little bacon fat on the stone here. Old school. Oh, I can kind of feel it. Feels like it's cutting. I guess you really should use the whole stone, right? Alright, I've been doing this for a few minutes here, and I'm going to say the bacon fat grease is better than WD-40 and much better than spit. So look at it, you can see it. It's like a slurry already at the end of that. Is that focusing there? It's like a slurry of metal already. I've been doing it for about 10 minutes. Hey, did you steal my cookie? Is that my cookie? Predators around here. Opportunistic predators stealing my Chips Ahoy out in the wild here to compete for your meal. All right, here we are. We finished up the edge. Now we're gonna slice up the old paper test, the River Island map, Arizona. Who's ready? See what kind of a job I did. Ah, look at that. There's an edge. Whoop. Like a paper shredder. Alright, better make a sheath for that before I cut myself, which is probably the next thing that's going to happen. Alright, I got this genuine Indian leather from a genuine Indian cow all the way from India land. Alright, look at that. Nice and thick. Anyways, we're going to use that to sew the edge. Could probably do the edge in a bunch of ways. There's quite a bit here. Oh, there's three 12 by 12 pieces here. Probably make the whole thing from one. Trace that out. Get cutting. Just noticing that this one has a weak spot here. That would definitely cause a problem. Could rip through if they use that as your spot to tie it. But this one here, this piece is perfect. Thick all the way around. So we use this piece. So I'm going to start, of course, like you should, with a pattern, and how more apropos than Arizona State Park's trail map. So we'll just use this for a bit of a pattern. Actually, I'll just use one of the pages. We'll keep the map. I just cut up the other map, so can't cut up every map. You might need one. Just use one of these pages here. Like the guidebook. So much to do here. Cattail Cove, we were just there. Lake Havasu State Park, we're going there in a few days. River Island, we're there now. Yuma Territorial Prison State Historic Park. That looks good. Lots to do here in Arizona. Oracle, look at all the state parks they have. Just a ton. Anyways, it's not an ad for Arizona. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I'd want to. So a lot of the things that I saw were just a little sheath that covers the front, which I can see. You really just want to protect the edge. But I thought I'd make a whole one. Just have a hole big enough that the front can go in, and then have a longer piece back here to snap it over. So I'm going to make mine at least this big. I'm trying to decide how big to make it. Most of the ones I see just go like to here, and then it look like they fall off too. I don't even see anything that holds them on, but I'm sure there's other ones similar to what I'm thinking. So let's try it. Let's draw it out, and we'll see if it works. So that's what I was thinking. And it would fit in here and buckle around the back. This would have to be longer. The paper wasn't quite long enough, but this would come around a little further, pretend this is attached, and then snap there. Who's with me? Alright, don't make this mistake. I just made the pattern with this thing on the same side. Now it doesn't fit that way. Alright. Lucky we have lots. We were just saying what else we could use this extra leather for. And it looks like there's enough left over for some, well, not enough for later hosen, but maybe there's enough for later underwear. That might feel Tarzan-like, especially when wet. Oh, I forgot I brought these because I don't need the old reamer. The answer to the puzzle is this is a tire hole fixer, you know, tire puncture repair. This is the part that you ream it out, the hole, and then you stick, then you can take that hook part, and I'll show you the rest of it. Here it is. Then you use this, and you grab one of these pieces of glue impregnated fiber things, and you hook it on there, and you stick it in the tire, and you pull it in, pull it out, pull it in, pull it out, and the glue gets on there, and you put some other glue on if you have it, and then you pull it out halfway of the tire, so half it's in, half it's out, and you trim the edge off on the outside, and that's your plug. But I forgot I brought these, the right tool for the right job. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Alright, here's what I decided to do at this point. I just loosely put them all in. That way you get lots of room for your fingers in there. And then you can just pull them tight once you get a bunch of them done. Get them nice and straight and get the right side out. So I'm sure I don't need to say, this is the first time I've ever attempted this. Anybody that's got any experience whatsoever will know that. But hey, it's turning out okay so far. Look at this.
It looks nice.
I didn't even look up any YouTube videos until just today, but I looked at a couple quick ones that were totally different. None had this. And then Shannon said you should do it this way. It looks awesome. Let's give it an early trial fit. Find out it totally doesn't fit. Oh, it does. Look at that.
Nice.
Eh? Looked like I just dropped out of the 12th century. No. 17th century? I'm not much of a historian. Long time ago. Alright, just need the final knot right there. That's the hard part. Trying to get that right tight up there. This one too. This one I kind of buggered up, I see. I didn't. Look how clean this knot is. This one's all twisted around. Alright, it took a while, but I untied and retied that first knot. Much cleaner now. And I think I'm ready to cut the cord. Try it again here. Looks good to me. Let's cut her. Let's cut the cord. Check it out. I'm going to finish this up with the buckle. The snap, sorry. So remember I bought these snaps for the motorhome, so this will be really apropos. I use these to fix that privacy curtain in the motorhome, and still have a little tool and stuff with it. So yeah, let's put one right here, and then I'll trim this back a bit. Looks like it's beer o'clock.
You're not going to use your axe.
It's beer o'clock, and the lady said, "Do you have an opener?" I said, "I have any manner of openers here." Use the axe for what it really was intended for. Opening of the Corona. Uh-oh, careful.
Thank you.
So here's what I'm thinking. Just do the reverse snap, put the snap head in there, and then instead of a screw holding it on, there'll be that. So we'll just use a little anvil here and see if that works. Something smooth here so I don't mar up the leather on that side. And see if I can't peen this over and make it hold the same as you would the other side. And if that's the case, it'd be awesome. Oh, look at that. I think it might work. Hey, hey. What do you know? Hey, hey, doo-doo-doo-doo. Is that gonna work? Look at it. There's the female side. Alright, now if we can put the male side on here. On the same way, I'm gonna be in business. Alright, so this one just goes like so. And same thing, anvil. Make sure I get that over there. Pin. Axe, where'd you go? Here it is. How apropos, right? Using the axe to put the final touches on it. I love that word, apropos. Probably not using it right. This wood is so hard that I'm using here. You know how sharp that axe is. Oh my God, it worked. Come on. It's awesome. Look at this. Check it out. It is completed. I just put this together in an afternoon, sitting around at a campsite. So yeah, get out there and try some stuff. This was fun. Not finished yet. I got to finish my axe still. I'm going to oil up the wood. I'm going to put a little epoxy there. And Shannon just asked if I was going to tool my leather. Not exactly sure what that means, but I don't think it needs anything else. I love it just the way it is. It's good. I love this stitching here, which is a whip stitch apparently. Didn't know that. I got the buckle to work by just putting one inside the other. Works, holds on, and there. 90% done. We'll keep going here. I'll show you still the last steps of waxing this, oiling this, and the blade. And that is sharp. I've sharpened that to a razor edge, as we know. So I just looked it up, and believe it or not, WD-40 is great for preserving wood. They just say not to use too much of it, and it polymerizes it like kerosene. So yeah, I'm going to rub it on this wood. It also says you could use it on leather, but to check how it works first. So I'm going to try it on this little scrap. We'll let it soak in here while we're doing the wood part of it. We'll see if we like the results. Good to start, not changing the color or anything. All right, let that sit in the sun. I'm just saying, this wood thing I'm using, this stack of wood, firewood, is so hard unless you get a spot where it's already split. It's so hard to get a knife in there. All right, this turned out so well, and I'm going to do the sheath that we made. Totally looks like it renews it. Brings it back, brings the color back, gets scratches out of there. That's, if I didn't just show you the last bit, I'll do it again because it's fun. Check that out. Oh, 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 oh. That's a knife cut. Love it. All right, so Dannebrig's Acres here. Craft time in the campsite as an addendum to the big trip video. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you stayed till the end. Those who did, there is a prize for those who figured out or who knew what this tool was. Sorry, the other half of it. What this tool was before I showed the whole thing. So if you made a guess, and the correct guess, actually if you made any guess, I'll put you in a draw. If you made a correct guess, you'll get something extra. Because, you know, you were correct. So if you knew what this was, tire puncture repair tool, part 1, the reamer, and by a certain time in the video, and I'll put that in the description, then you're a wiener. Thanks for watching. Dannenberg Acres. It's going to turn into a craft channel now. Snap, damn it. There. Love it. Chop, chop, chop. protect my super blade on there. Alright, tools used for this project included knives, a leather punch, cuticle poker, other assorted knives, snaps, pure Indian leather. That's from Amazon, by the way. Arizona Parks map and paper, and of course some beer. Ooh. Danica approves. Danica approved.
What's going on?
Right? Oh, she loves it. She says, I love it. You love it? You love it. Oh, does she ever. Alright, I'm ready for the hike.
She tries to.
Better take the manly axe. Oh, yeah. Doing the manly axe. Here's a sweet item, a knife. It's called the Super SOS Knife and Kit from Victorinox. I bought this about 30 years ago. And I have taken it on some trips. It's fairly weighty. It's more of a look at me type of situation than anything else. I have a collector's kit for the outdoorsman. Got a 1 battery powered flashlight. Pretty bright too, that one. It's got a little first aid kit with some band-aids and information on, flagging, some paper, writing on, and what else is in there? I think that's it. And it's got this really cool little kit here. Sorry for the wind, it's a little windy today. But it's got this cool kit here. It's got all kinds of things like safety pins, needle and thread, some cordage, fairly fine cordage. It's got even some fishing hooks and weights, and some wire, some fishing line, and needle and thread, and even has a little book of matches. That's why you got to make sure you keep this bag in good shape in case it gets wet. Let's try and get that out of here. Alright, yep, there's the book of matches. You got, good, 5 tries before you're out of luck in that one. Fishing line, thread, dog coming in to say hello. And it's got a spare toothpick and tweezers for the knife, which is a whole city worth of activity on its own. Alright, back in here. On this side, it has in front of the knife a, it's very tight, signaling mirror. It's got a whistle, emergency whistle. Ooh, like a train whistle. Sure anybody that likes this kit would love that train whistle. And then the piece de resistance, the knife, the SOS knife from Victorinox. I don't even know if I could pull all the things out that are in here. On the outside edge, you got a pen, hence the paper on that side. Toothpick. Comes in handy for things other than picking your teeth. And then it's got corkscrew. Always got to have a corkscrew. The Swiss, they're into their wine, so corkscrew. And a little screwdriver within that corkscrew. Just twists in there. Is that cool or what? Now on the knife sides, you've got a collection of awl and a scraper knife. That's good for lots of things. You got a hook, grabbing and twisting. Screwdriver, flat screwdriver, another flat screwdriver, or a pry, I guess. Maybe use it for prying things. And then, if you lift the corkscrew out of the way, you've got like a nail scraper, I guess, or a chisel there. I'll have to get out there's instructions that tell you what all these actually are, in case I'm mistaken. Then you've got the basic can opener, screwdriver. A lot of flathead screwdrivers. Bottle opener, screwdriver. Phillips screwdriver. Of course, pliers. Like those. Oh, on this side, magnifying glass. So there's like 3 ways to start fires with this thing. You get the matches, the magnifying glass you could use to do the sun thing, and what was the third way? Oh wait, flint. Hang on. So going through here, so yeah. They also have the saw and fish scaler, measuring, in case your fish only measures 7 centimeters, in which case that would be embarrassing. Oh, it's inches on this side, 3 inches. Moving along, we have another, what do we got here? File with a serrated edge. Everything in Switzerland is based around your fingernails. You must have beautiful fingernails, everybody. And alright, last thing in here. If you recall, yesterday I was using this to sharpen my other knife and my axe. So it comes with its own sharpening stone. It also doubles as a flint for some types of rocks. Third way to start a fire. So yeah, that's the Victorinox knife. Just a fantastic little keepsake, conversation piece. I'd given it to my son Colton, or let him use it for his last trip. Don't think he got a lot of use out of it, but definitely a fun thing to have and have around. A little costly though, of course. Not sure if you want to spend, what did I spend on it? 30 years ago it was, oh my lord, it was $152. I think it's probably worth $300 today. Alright, hang on, we'll just quickly go through the what these things actually are, see how right I was. What else we got? I think we're coming down to the end here. Oh yeah, and then of course your knife. Both small and larger. Like, come on, what a kid, eh? Best thing is when you pull them all out at the same time. You know you're a nerd when that's the best thing about your Victorinox knife. Not using it, just seeing all the things at once. And of course, so it comes with a survival kit, what's in it, and how to use, oh, apparently there's a compass that I missed in there somewhere. Oh yeah, look. Oh, I think I lost these 2 items. The comb, which I have in another kit, and a compass. That's sad. The compass is missing. Then it has a guide on how to use, kind of like tips on how to use these things. Yeah, there's the wine bottle, those Swiss. Pencil sharpener, well that's the knife. Cutting your apple. Fixing your shoelace with the corkscrew. Oh, there's multiple ways to use these tools, right? Check all that. I won't go through every one of them, but there's a lot of ways. Oh, there's the fish scaler.